I'm just not sure that Kyler Murray is big enough. This is Tom Brady. He's not just going to retire. Whitey, big fan of the show. Appreciate I've got Brian Murphy to my left, making sure everything's smooth, crispy, buttery. James Harden is systematically ruining the game of basketball. It's the most overrated player. And there you are, the Chicago Bears with a championship defense. And Mitch, I'm sure Dancing with the Stars is happy to have Antonio back. If you thought you were going to get Zion, that's your bad.
You are now listening to Open Season. Your host, Billy Allen.
All right. Let's get the program started. Tuesday. Taking on the 9 o'clock hour. Billy Allen, I'm your host. We got another Open Season with Billy Allen. Sitting to my left is famous comedian. He's headlined at Foxwoods, Ed Bratz.
What's up,
got
Billy?
him on tonight. How you doing, man?
Good.
And we're talking about a lot tonight. It seems like the Celtics are pretty close to maybe pulling the trigger on somebody named Clint Capella. Maybe we're getting that center help we need. Patrick Mahomes had a nice comeback in the Super Bowl, and he's got Kansas City fans talking Dynasty potentially. We'll talk a little bit about that as we talk about the Super Bowl, wrap that up. Seems like the Red Sox, seems like a trade is all but inevitable with the Dodgers. The NBA, there's so much action on the trade deadline. J-Rue Holiday looks like a hot name. Andre Iguodala, is he even valuable anymore? As we start things out with the Super Bowl, and, Kansas City, 3 wins in the playoffs by 10 points plus, after being down 10 points plus in 3 straight games. They kept saying, you can't do this. This is not the recipe against the 49ers, and they did it. After the Super Bowl, what are your kind of immediate thoughts, Eddie?
Well, I thought Kyle Shanahan should have been fired at halftime. He's the worst coach I've ever seen in my life. Now, I know most NFL coaches are dummies because they all have CTE probably. But the mistakes that he made is literally simple math. A minute and 37 seconds left in the second quarter.
Yep.
It was 4th down for Kansas City, and they let the clock run all the way down to 57 seconds instead of calling a timeout. They basically they let Kansas City free roll them to score points. They basically took away all their scoring equity because if they did get pinned at the 1-yard line, then Kansas City would have ultimately been able to stop them, get the ball back with about 40 seconds left at about the 40-yard line going in. And I don't understand what they're, and then they come out running the ball twice, and after they got the punt. I mean, it was like Kyle Shanahan was coaching not to lose, which is what he did when he learned from Dan Quinn in that 23 Super Bowl.
Yeah, I know. It was amazing how Kyle Shanahan kind of the entire year they have ran the ball down teams' throats.
Yep.
And the second they needed to run the ball down a team's throat, they start getting cute and trying to play with. It's like almost like the Goff thing a few years ago where you had to protect him. And we have a little something from Stephen A. Smith talking about how Kyle Shanahan blew the game. And I think this just paints such a perfect picture because he blew the game. He's blown it twice now the same exact way. If he could just run the ball out, he'd have 2 Super Bowls.
They've been out while he's been coaching. He's been outscored 75-0 in the 4th quarter in the Super Bowl.
Now let's let this clip from Stephen A. Smith talk just about how Kyle Shanahan blew that game.
One person more than anybody else, and that's Kyle Shanahan. Look, man. You talk about a brother that just coached scared. He coached like he was petrified. Now, you could argue that Patrick Mahomes could give you a reason to be that way, but my goodness, you're up 20-10. Patrick Mahomes throws an interception. At that moment in time, you would think that Kyle Shanahan missed the 28-3. He's up. He's an offensive coordinator for the Atlanta Falcons 3 years ago against the New England Patriots. Okay, 28-3. Do you run the football? No. The Patriots come back. They win the game when you could have chewed the clock, maybe kicked the field goal, sealed that victory. You would think that this brother.
And we've got somebody interrupting Stephen A. Smith. How rude of you, but who do we got on?
Billy Allen, this is for Raza.
Oh, hey, Raza. How you doing, man?
Raza,
Raza, how you doing, man?
good. good, man. How are you?
It's good. Good to hear from you. What do you got tonight?
Are you related to the RZA?
Oh, I'm not. I wish Wu-Tang all day. I'm actually stuck in LA traffic, going from Pasadena back to Orange County, stuck in traffic. So I thought I'll just call in and see what's going on.
Hey,
Nice.
well, it's great to hear from you. What do you got on your mind tonight? You watch the Super Bowl? You looking at the moves the Celtics are making, or any of these trade deadline moves? What's on your mind?
Oh, yeah. You know what? I saw something funny. I couldn't make sense of it. Somebody posted a meme or something about the Chiefs going to Washington, the state, and saying they're going to the White House. I didn't really get that.
Oh, that's actually kind of funny.
Well, isn't that kind of really what's going to happen? The Chiefs are going to go to...
Well, that's because Trump tweeted out,
Oh,
congratulations to the great
yes.
state of Kansas.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, so Trump got the location of Kansas City wrong. So yeah, that's a pretty good one there.
Oh, okay. That
Did
makes sense.
you watch the Super Bowl? What was your favorite part of it?
I did. Parts of it. Well, you know what? I don't follow football like that. I grew up watching the Redskins around, but I was invited to the NFL alumni Southern California. I met James Washington. He's a 2-time Super Bowl winner. I don't know. He played for the Rams or something once and some other team. But
Yep.
and then I drove halftime to my girlfriend's place, and then watched the rest of the game there. I was socializing. I was kind of drunk, so I didn't see all. I did watch the Super Bowl, and did definitely watch the hips. So that was fun.
What'd you think of the halftime show?
Were you able to watch that with your girlfriend?
The Puerto Rico thing was great. I see a lot of people just, going crazy when that happened. When they were like, "Who's that girl singing?" That little girl, and I thought that was kind of cool because people were reacting to that around here in the West Coast.
Yeah.
Yeah. What were people thinking? She didn't belong in something so risque, or what was the deal?
I don't know. There's a lot of Latinos out here, man, in West Coast, so they just loved it, man. I wish I was there in D.C. to see what my buddies thought, because I'm kind of disconnected, to be honest.
Yeah.
With all of America, kind of. I'm in a curtain kind of area,
Do you find yourself rooting for the Lakers now that you're out there?
Not really. Basketball, man, I really I like individual players. I don't know why. I mean, I always like Scottie Pippen, Jordan, of course, but
Those are pretty good too.
I like LeBron, too. I mean, Dwayne Wade. I mean, these are characters I played in NBA 2K1, so I really have no affiliation with teams as such because Lakers were always the best team in all of NBA, the video game.
Yeah.
You couldn't go wrong with Kobe. I mean, it was just and Shaq too. I mean, and I'm talking about the video game. So I'm like, those stats were a reflection of what was happening in the real world.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
And now the NBA is a video game, oddly enough.
EA Sports.
Put up 300 points a game.
Well, at least some of the scoring these days. Well, hey, Reza, we really appreciate you calling in, especially from sunny California. I hope you take care, my friend, and we appreciate you tuning in the program tonight.
Hey, man, it was my pleasure. Thank you for including me.
Yeah, thanks, buddy.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, you get a couple things there. The halftime show.
Dude, let me tell you something. Here, let me break down the halftime.
Is this the halftime show? Okay.
Let me break it down for it real quick.
This when you started watching?
It's the best halftime show ever.
The most athletic people on the field.
I woke my boys up, 4 and 6, and I had them sit, and I said, "This is why you practice every single day for the rest of your life, so that this can be your future." When I was watching Shakira, I want them to quit every.
That's a
sport.
great message.
Shakira is married to a soccer player. I throw away all my kids' baseball stuff. They're playing nothing but soccer from now on. That's what they're gonna do. That is life goals right there.
I cannot believe how fit Shakira is. My God.
She's 43 years old.
43. I think that was just a clinic. I mean,
J-Lo is 50, but J-Lo is on performance-enhancing drugs, so it's hard for me to give her that.
yeah, I was going to say, she's on the A-Rod
She's on the
A-Rod stack.
She's on HGH, but, man, unbelievable.
My God. I mean, probably the two most athletic people we saw on the field that night.
How about people
And
that are complaining about that?
People want to talk about TB12,
Yeah.
right? You got these two girls, 43 and 50. I mean,
Unbelievable.
somebody should be TB12 should be doing a little work in there, or they should have their own thing.
I'll tell you what, with those moves that Shakira was doing, she probably could have gained a couple yards if she got the ball going through the line.
Yeah,
She
she'd
could've
probably
made, like,
be able
7
to
guys
juke.
miss.
She'd probably be able to juke a little bit better than Sony Michelle.
Are you kidding me?
So she could definitely find a little bit of room in the open space.
Isn't it so funny
how funny is it? The people that got all upset
That's
about
what I mean,
that
I know.
were the white women that were loving when Adam Levine took his shirt off
I
a couple
know.
of years ago. And then I love the memes that they take what they dressed in, J-Lo and Shakira, they put that next to two cheerleaders. It looks like the cheerleaders are wearing half of what they are.
Well, how come everybody was celebrating Lizzo when she was in a thong at the Laker game? That was fine. But
if
God
the woman's
forbid
actually
Shakira's in
attract-
shape. Yeah, no, you can't have good-looking women looking good on television, okay? That's where we draw the line.
Exactly. I mean, just disgusting.
Yeah.
Really. So you got Andy Reid taking 222 wins to get to the Super Bowl. Patrick Mahomes is the MVP.
Shakira
First
should've
off,
got the
did you
MVP.
think? First off, did you think he should have won the MVP with the performance of Williams?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, I kind of thought so too. I think those last couple drives on the comeback. I mean, he was just stone cold. And
Well, here's the thing: they vote for the MVP in the third quarter,
yeah,
so
that's true.
that's the difference. If
That's
the
why it's always a quarterback,
if
because
the voting
there's
was
no way to
after
s-
the game, I think Williams would have got it because he had that long touchdown run.
Yep.
But the voting was done before the fourth quarter even started for whatever reason.
Now, it's funny when you get a chance to watch some of these NFC teams a little bit more. That guy, Kyle Juszczyk or whatever,
Oh,
feel
yeah,
like
the
that guy
fullback,
would be
yeah.
the ultimate Pats player. They're saying he plays
Yeah.
like fullback, wide out, tight end. They
Yeah.
said he's like one of the better blockers. He almost had 2 touchdowns. That guy's pretty impressive. I don't think he had too many catches during the regular season, but, I mean, what do you think this does for Jimmy Garoppolo? It's kind of like they're almost in the situation where the Bengals kind of are, where it's like you've got a quarterback who's good enough. You can't really get rid of a Garoppolo. You're not going to like quite complain about him, but you see that you've got to hold his hand.
I disagree. Garoppolo's a stud.
You think he's a stud?
Absolutely, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, they said the problem with these coaches, like, okay, so Shanahan, McVay, and the guy from Green Bay all coached under somebody in Mike Shanahan maybe in Washington,
Okay.
where the whole scheme is there's only one read for the quarterback. They don't so they overcoach these quarterbacks to where, okay, you're going to run play action and you're going to throw it to Emmanuel Sanders. It doesn't matter if he's triple cover, that's who you're throwing to. So that they try
Why is that their practice?
because they want to overanalyze everything. They want to be extremely analytical, and they don't allow them to learn how to progress their reads.
Yeah.
Which is why you get quarterbacks like Manning and Brady who can go to their third read because they know how to look. It's like that QB vision in Madden. But Garoppolo was literally thrown to his first read because that's the way that he's coached by Kyle Shanahan.
Really?
Yeah, and that's a big problem. That's why Kyle Shanahan he needs to be fired. Garoppolo is a good quarterback because when he was under Belichick, he'd be hitting his second and third reads.
Yeah, he would make reads, and he gets the ball out quick.
Yes.
But he's 28. He's probably
28, really?
Yeah. He's going to be playing in that scheme. It took him 6 years to play a full season in the NFL.
Oh,
I
that's
mean,
interesting.
obviously he started out as a rookie and had to wait a couple of years, but
Would you bet, if you were betting, would you bet Mahomes is going to win another Super Bowl before his career's over?
so here's the thing that I wanted to kind of do is kind of squash that whole, like, how this is going to be like, you've got Travis Kelce after they won. He's like, this is the start of the dynasty. And every time we look at this, like, if you looked at Ben Roethlisberger after his rookie year, how many Super Bowls would you have assumed he would have had?
Well, the difference is
three
he
or
had-
four,
he
three
had-
or four, because he won.
Well, he
one
had Tom
as
Brady,
a-
though, to go up against.
He won one as a rookie, and I'm just saying, like, you take a guy who wins one as a rookie, basically. I'm assuming he's going to win a couple more Super Bowls. He only wins one other Super Bowl in his career. And, so if I'm Mahomes, I'm betting that he does get another one. But I think this whole notion of there's going to be, like, a dynasty over there, that they're just going to rake, that it's going to be
Well, the
like
thing is,
3,
you have to
4
look at
championships.
the quarterbacks in the league. When Roethlisberger won, you had Peyton Manning and Tom Brady in the same conference.
Yeah.
Who's Mahomes going to go up against? Lamar
Man,
Jackson
honestly-
and Josh Allen?
Honestly, he looks like he's primed to be the best by far for a long time.
I mean, they
in
said
that
Baker Mayfield would be, but I don't think he's good enough.
I think the best guy probably isn't even in the league yet, right? I mean, there's nobody in the league that we see
that
can take down Mahomes.
Yeah, I mean, I think Dak Prescott's pretty good. I mean, obviously Aaron Rodgers, but I mean, he's getting up there, but he's in a different conference. I mean, the Chiefs are gonna be in the AFC Championship game a lot.
Yeah. And they have a hell of a home field advantage. Okay. Well, I mean, I'll just say it like this. They'll probably win maybe like 2 or 3 championships. I feel like dynasties, like the window always closes faster than you think. Like, for instance, Mahomes goes off this year. They're going to have to pay Mahomes like a $200 million contract. So they're going to be taken out of this defense. Mahomes is going to be playing with some guys that, probably aren't going to be as well paid, so.
He's doing that now, though.
How well does he do?
Damian Williams is a 29-year-old running back.
How well does he do, I guess, when they're spending all the money kind of on him? I mean, we saw what happens like when they give over the franchise to certain guys and they overpay and you can't kind of – I mean, that's the luxury that they have right now, the Chiefs. They don't have to pay Mahomes, so they've been able to spend all this money into other areas of their team to be able to get top-end free agents, but now that's all going to kind of end.
Who's the top-end free agent?
I mean, they've been able to get their defense is good. The defense
was last in the league,
but they were able to bring in like names, playmakers, Tyrann Mathieu.
Yeah.
I mean, on offense, they're paying Tyreek Hill. They're paying Travis Kelce.
I mean, they drafted both of them, right?
But they're both
Tyreek Hill is I know he's good, but those guys are a dime a dozen. You find a 5'9" guy who can.
You
fly.
think Tyreek Hill's a dime a dozen?
I mean, McCole Hardman's the same player.
Yeah,
he's.
I don't know. I'd say it kind of
faster
stands out a little bit.
And Robinson, he's pretty good. I mean, he drops a lot of balls, but Tyreek Hill drops a lot of balls.
Yeah,
I think they're gonna be good for a long time. I mean, Andy Reid.
So how many Super Bowls?
I think they win 5 or 6.
Really?
Yeah, he's 24 years old.
So you think they're going to have a better run?
I just think they have an easier.
The
easy
Warriors,
road to get.
for how good they were, they only won 3 championships, right?
Well, think about think about this. The Patriots had a dynasty because nobody was in their division. First of all, to compete with, the Broncos aren't good. The Raiders are a disaster, and the Chargers are terrible. Philip Rivers is done, right? So. That division, I mean, they're going to win the division every year that Mahomes is there.
Yeah.
So now they're guaranteed. They're probably guaranteed a bye every year. I mean, there's really nobody else good, right? Except for it's going to be them and the Ravens.
See, I thought I was totally on the other side of this, and you are definitely getting me to lean the other way.
I mean, right? I mean, the Titans. Yeah, the Titans will be good, but I mean, Ryan Tannehill. You going to pin your hopes on Tannehill?
I guess. I mean. No, you're not going to. But I guess if you're like hoping for the end of the dynasty for the Kansas City, I mean, you're thinking there could be an injury to someone like Mahomes. I mean, also, I just think it's going to be tougher when they have to nickel and dime. Like they haven't had to face any friction yet, basically.
Hold on, we have breaking news.
What do we got?
The Red Sox just traded Mookie Betts and David Price to the Dodgers.
Are you serious?
Yeah, that's serious. Yeah. Wow.
Well, they said it was.
That's amazing.
They said it was all but inevitable.
Really? I didn't even hear anything about Pratt.
Now
they traded Betts too. That's unbelievable.
Wow.
They probably got nothing back for him.
I was gonna say if it's a true Red Sox trade, we would get nothing back for both of them. Yes.
God, so the Dodgers just stack up again, huh?
God, the Dodgers every year they're in second place.
It's unbelievable.
So what do they get for that?
I bet they got draft picks. I mean,
I'm sure.
Because I got the text I'm seeing doesn't say anything about who they got. So.
Oh my
yeah.
God.
That's it. It's done. Done deal.
It's all guys we don't even know either.
Incredible.
Wow. Well, it feels like we're always breaking news on this program.
Hey,
and
maybe we're the first station to do it.
Absolutely. So it seems like they got an infielder named Jeter Downs, Alex Verdugo.
So a bunch of minor leaguers.
I mean, a bunch of minor leaguers. You're talking about maybe 8 prospects, it says.
8 prospects?
No, maybe
okay.
maybe an A prospect. They say pitcher, left-hander Caleb Ferguson, 95-mile-an-hour fastball.
Doesn't mean anything.
Eventual starter. Oh, my God. Can you believe it? Only the Red Sox would say, hey, you know what we got to do is get rid of an MVP.
Well,
you know, if we could just take the guy who's most valuable. Because, like, if you look at the stats.
He wants too much money, though. When's the last time a high-paid baseball player won a World Series?
But I will say it does feel really good to get David Price off this team. I am so tired of the Fortnite and the mental midget.
LA's more speed, you know.
But
they don't care
honestly,
about the
he's
game
probably
out
our
there.
best pitcher. We just give away our best pitcher and our best hitter.
Yeah. Yep.
Quite questionably. I mean, now you could argue
And
for Rafael Devers or.
And they raise ticket prices too.
Well, they do that anyway. Oh my God. Well, how about that? Not only is it bets, it's also David Price. So you're sending David Price out of here, but Mookie Betts and not getting anything back in return for that. My God. You knew they were going to trade him for nothing. It's like...
I'll tell you what, though. You know what? That's a good job by baseball, though, in general, because they're keeping themselves relevant in the offseason.
They're waiting. The Red Sox still don't even have a manager.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's a good point. Maybe I can be the manager.
This has got to be a great job to jump into. Hey, we just got rid of our best pitcher and our best hitter. Come on down.
And it's gonna be another Bobby Valentine situation.
Oh, it totally is. Where they're gonna look for a gap stop guy.
Yep.
That probably knows he's got like.
Although
a year
they got
or
a
two.
decent. I mean, they have a decent team. They got JD Martinez. They got Xander Bogaerts. Rafael Devers.
Yeah, it's amazing that they're such sellers. I mean, we're the Red Sox. We've got so much money. They're trying to stay under the cap. How does it feel to to root for an actual franchise where you guys will spend?
No, the Yankees won't spend either. They want to stay under the cap too.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I can't believe the Mookie Betts deal actually happens, and it happens without having a manager. I mean, I wish we could see the actual names on this. I'm still
honestly, it must be just a bunch of prospects.
It's just a bunch of prospects, yeah.
I mean, not getting back Clay Bellinger, you know.
Good Lord. You know, I guarantee you, too, if you know how they always, like, list in there, like, you know, their number 1, 2, 3, I bet you we got their, like, 4 and 5 prospect or, like, their 5.
Well, I don't think they had a good farm system anyway. They brought all the guys came up already.
Oh, brutal. Well, that's the type of guy you got to get rid of, a 26-year-old guy that can, is a Gold Glover, MVP, Silver Slugger.
Is he worth $400 million? No.
He's not worth $400 million, no.
No, he's not.
But is anybody going to pay him $420? They said
the Dodgers
he rebuffed the Red Sox offer with like a $420. He said he would sign like a $420 million contract.
Well,
is anybody giving him $420? I don't know.
The Dodgers have the money.
Dodgers have the money, but I mean that would just be insane.
It is insane. And that something needs to stop. That's crazy.
I know. I need to get into that bit. Well, it's a good thing you're forcing your children to get into sports because you can see how lucrative it is.
Yeah, that's what I want them to do. I want them to be Major League Baseball players or soccer players.
Left-handed catchers.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, find those specialty positions. Well, Mookie Betts. Apparently, they got that trade done pretty quickly. You know, you heard that
they said they were going to announce it during the SuperBowl. That's what they were trying to do.
Huh. Only the Red Sox could care about that because they'll probably make like merchandise off that Super Bowl trade.
Yeah.
You know, and oh God. Well, there we go. There you have it.
Speaking of merchandise, is the NBA the All-Star game? What are you thinking about it? What do you think about the new format and what they're doing?
So, just the way like that they pick teams.
They're doing like
they're doing like 24
and 2
and 2.
So they're doing what, Team Gianna and Team Kobe?
Yeah.
They're gonna sell those jerseys, aren't they?
Yeah. So are they commercializing a death here?
Yeah.
Capitalizing on it? Yeah.
Not only that, but they're ruining the NBA, the All-Star game. The format is the worst thing I've ever heard of in my life.
What do you mean?
So they're gonna play.
They're gonna reseed.
They're gonna reset the quarters to 0 after each quarter. So they'll play the first quarter, and then both teams have 0 going to the second quarter, and then they'll play the second quarter, and then both teams have 0 again, and then the third quarter, whatever, and then they'll see who won each quarter, and then they're going to add the scores up to go to the fourth quarter, and then in honor of Kobe Bryant, they're going to add 24 points to the winning scores team, and that's what they're going to play till. You have to do Common Core math to figure out what the hell is going on there.
Yeah, exactly. There's
Are they
like
trying to get
math
people to watch the
majors
game or
that are
not?
like, I don't understand how that would work.
I don't understand. Do they want people to watch the game or not? It's the dumbest thing I ever heard of.
Well, and you want to dumb it down for a mass audience. You want everybody sitting there with their
Well, here's the thing.
TI-83.
They're like, okay,
Are we still in it, or
we got.
do I have to throw another tangent in here somewhere?
Somebody came in the room who gets paid a lot of money, and they go, okay, here's what we'll do. We'll play the first quarter, and then we'll reset both teams to 0, and then we'll play the second quarter, and then we'll add the scores up to go to the fourth. That happens anyway.
I was gonna say,
the first
I was
three
gonna
quarters
say,
are already
isn't
added
that
up.
the whole benefit of like having scoreboards and
Yeah.
being able to add up? It's like, let's take back all these abilities that we have. We can just count the score up, but you know what? Let's just not show it, and we'll add it up between every period.
So let's just pretend that the score is 100 to 90. They're gonna then add 24 points in honor of Kobe Bryant because the guy goes,
and then they've got to play to that.
They got to play to 124.
And so you've got to
Why?
then deduct whatever from that, so
The guy, and in the interview, the guy
These
goes.
players are going to be standing around with their hands up
I know.
for half the game.
In the interview, the guy goes, the only way we thought that we could honor Kobe was by doing. Like, that's the only thing you could think of.
There weren't any other ideas. I mean, there
no
were
one
so
else
many
in
good.
the room had an idea. It's unbelievable.
That is unbelievable.
How about you honor him by actually playing? It'd be kind of cool if they actually played a real game with the best players in the league. Where they actually play defense. Just
Where
to
they
see.
actually show up.
I'll be honest. I actually enjoy
Where Trey Young isn't a starter.
I actually like the All-Star game because I kind of like. That's the one time of the year where I want to see just offense. I like seeing off the backboard dunks. The Globetrotter stuff. I kind of like seeing that.
Yeah.
Because they are the best players in the league, and I want to see Steph Curry hitting half-court shots. I think it's cool. I don't think they needed to do anything else to the game. I felt like were the ratings that bad that they had to gimmick up the All-Star game?
Well, and have the changes made the ratings that much better? I would also say it's like nobody's like tuning in for they have Team LeBron and Team Giannis and all this.
Yeah, I don't like that either. But I don't know. I mean, I still watch the All-Star weekend.
I still watch the All-Star weekend.
I don't even watch the NBA anymore.
Every year know the dunk contest is going to suck, but I still watch it religiously.
Now, why does it suck?
It sucks because you know what they need to do is have guys make it on one attempt. And we've got one ringing through here. Hi, you're live with Open Season. Who do we got?
Yeah, it's Whitey.
Whitey, what's going on?
Eddie Bratz, Billy Allen. It's good.
What's going on, kid?
What's up, buddy?
What's on your mind?
I just got I heard you guys break down that Mookie Betts and David Price got traded. I just got overwhelmed with joy. I'm like, holy crap! They're two best players. They just traded for nothing.
Yeah, that seems like a good old fashioned Red Sox trade.
Dude, I cannot believe why did they even trade Mookie Betts? The kid's a stud. Wasn't he the MVP 2 years ago?
He was. They said that he wasn't gonna,
fraudulently,
they
but
said
yes.
that they said that he wasn't going to be signing here long term, so they were looking to restock the pond with pitching prospects. But I don't know.
Dude, you got to pay that kid, dude. Pay that man. Like the Yankees just went through arbitration with Judge, so they re-upped them for a year, but they're going to have to give Judge probably the same deal that Betts would get. And from as a Yankee fan, I'm fine with whatever they choose to pay him. However many years, whatever who cares? It's not our money.
Yeah. No, I totally hear you on that. It's like the Red Sox are one of the biggest teams with the biggest payroll. It's like when you draft, you hope that you can get a Mookie Betts, and we're shipping him out of town. I mean, I can totally see with the David Price thing, getting him out of town, trying to work something out there, but sending their best hitter and their best pitcher, I'm still waiting for this to make a little bit of sense here. Did you do any research on the picks that they got back or anything like that?
No, I mean, I just heard about this listening to you, when I was in a cab coming home from work.
We broke it, baby.
I
Only
have no
place in
idea
the city
who
to
you
hear
got,
it.
But, the Red Sox desperately need an infusion into their farm system, though. So
They totally
I
do.
mean, yeah, they definitely do.
Whitey, what are you listening to us on right now?
YouTube.
You know, I wore this outfit in honor of you. It's all white.
Really? Wait, what are you wearing? I can't see you right now.
I'm wearing a white jumpsuit.
No, you're not.
Yeah, I am.
He honestly is wearing a white jumpsuit.
With
I
my
can confirm.
with white Pumas, white limited edition Pumas, by the way.
But I didn't even notice, like, watching on the way back home. But
it's all right.
Yeah, I mean that's crazy, dude. I was totally like ready to talk.
That's good
Super
radio
Bowl
right
and, like,
there.
Football, and then this Mookie Betts deal happened. Like I totally understand getting shipping out David Price, but Mookie Betts, my God, that kid is an absolute stud.
I know he's only 27.
He's 26. Yeah, he's younger than Aaron Judge is.
Yeah. I mean, would you sign him to the 420? I mean, I guess do you think that he's equal value to Judge? Like, if you had to pick out of the two of them who you could sign, who would you sign?
Mookie Betts. Not even close.
It's tough because.
I can hear Whitey sweating.
And I'm a diehard Yankee fan.
Yeah, I am sweating, dude, because Mookie gives you those stolen bases that Judge does not give you.
Yeah,
right?
He also does something called make contact, which Judge doesn't do in the postseason.
Yeah, that too. Like Judge is basically like a walk, a home run, or a strikeout.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
And he doesn't steal bases when he gets on. But
Whitey, who would you? All right, Whitey, if you had two, I'm going to give you two names. You can sign either of them for 10 years, $400 million. Right? Are you taking Mookie Betts or Shakira?
I think I'd have to take Shakira after that performance.
Yeah, absolutely.
She definitely played her way into a big-time contract.
Oh, you're not kidding.
My gosh,
Shakira.
Yeah, that was great
Yeah,
when
you
she
could
did
tell she's totally lip syncing the whole time, but
exactly.
Was anyone watching
I haven't
for the
sang
music?
these songs in 10 years. I don't know any of these words.
Man, I really did enjoy Shakira though. Like she was crushing it. She was like shuffle stepping,
I know.
dancing,
She just
like,
came
killing
out.
it. And,
She just came out hard. Was making the faces. Was just going after it. I still couldn't believe she was 43 after we were checking that out online. I was like, no way.
I know.
She looks like she's 26.
Yeah, seriously. J-Lo's starting to look a little older, but she's so fit. She's on that A-Rod diet, right? She's definitely getting some type of PEDs from A-Rod, right?
Oh yeah, I feel like just secondhand. I think A-Rod just oozes out.
Well, she was literally on the list when they busted that guy in Miami. She was on the list, the HGH list. There's a lot of celebrities that take HGH.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't put it past her.
You think Stallone's 79 years old looking like that? I mean, come on.
Oh,
Mary J. Blige.
Yeah,
Mary
right.
J.
Yes,
Blige.
yeah. She was on the list too.
She was jacked.
What?
Yeah, she
Mary J. Blige
she was on that list too. Yeah.
Jeez.
She was rolling with 50 Cent and Busta Rhymes. You know how jacked they got probably 10 years ago.
Dude,
oh
if
my
you
God!
If you had the type of access to doctors, I mean, you wouldn't. Of course, you would.
Oh my God! If I had the endocrinologist for the New York
That's
Jets,
what I mean.
I'd be dude, try whatever.
Yeah. Whatever.
My body is your science project.
You tell me Tom Brady's not taking anything? Come on.
Oh my God, dude! I say that all the time. I feel like saying that here is a hot take. People don't even want to admit that he could potentially. It's there's only been one who has lasted this long and somehow been able. But yeah. It's just because he eats apples and
avocados. That's it.
Yeah, kale pajamas.
If all it was avocados, every person in Mexico would be ripped, right?
Oh God.
Oh man. That's so true.
Well, let's see. You got any NBA? It looks like your Knicks might be putting together a nice little package for maybe D'Angelo Russell. What are the Knicks doing?
Oh God, I don't even want to get started. Before we get into that, have you been following Giannis versus Zion tonight?
I haven't. No.
Yeah, I think I checked the box score at the half. Giannis had 16 points, and Zion he had a really bad field goal percentage. He shot 3 for 10 or 11 or something.
Damn.
That's something definitely to monitor though. Imagine Giannis versus Zion. That's just.
Yeah.
Like that matchup. Oh man.
No, I mean, I think Giannis is definitely paving his way to another MVP. Their year has been crazy. 42-7. Just like looks weird when you look at the rest of all the other teams. Everyone's like 35-11 if you're a good team. I mean, I don't even get it. But I mean, it seems like he's definitely welcoming Zion to the league tonight. Zion hasn't had a night where he's been like 3 of 10, so that's pretty interesting. Because he's
I'm gonna have to follow
6 of 8 like every night.
Yeah.
Well, it looks like New Orleans is actually up, or they were up. The Bucks stormed back, I guess. It says here.
Yeah. But the Knicks, man, my God.
Yeah, at least
right, so
at least Steve Mills is out.
Yeah, no, not Mills. Perry. Actually, no, you're right.
No,
it
was Steve Mills that was out today, right?
Yeah, Mills. But I can't tell the difference between two of them, Perry and Mills. They're both incompetent. They're both like bums. So I honestly, at least one of them is out, and whichever one didn't get fired, he's the next one to go. Like,
do you think there's any chance that you guys lure the Raptors president to New York?
Yeah, what's his name? Missouri.
Masai Ujiri or whatever.
Missouri. Yeah, I can't. Yeah, but I have a hard time with his name. But why would he come to the Knicks? I don't get it.
I don't know.
Like,
I just heard that. I heard they're trying to lure him. I don't know.
And they're talking about giving Toronto like a first round pick for him. Like, I don't want to do that. Like, we're gonna have like a freaking lottery pick this year. I mean, we're gonna bungle it again. I mean, we had lottery picks the last 3 years, and 2 of the 3 have been absolute busts. So
they need to rig the draft for the Knicks again.
They do. They really do, man. Like the NBA needs the Knicks to
I
be
know
good.
they haven't been good since the 90s.
It's amazing that they haven't rigged the draft for them or done anything to help them out. It's amazing they've been so bad for so long. You know,
dude. This past year, like, imagine Zion on the Knicks.
Yeah.
Oh my God! You know how much money the NBA like lost by him going to New Orleans, where like nobody in New Orleans cares about the Pelicans, even with Zion. Like, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's like lifting everything up no matter where he goes, but he would have definitely left it up. He definitely would have earned more money or like, led to a bigger explosion if he was in New York. I'm actually hearing Kenny Smith might be headed to the Knicks as a coach.
Kenny the Jet Smith?
Yeah, Kenny the Jet. Or
what?
actually, no, as a president. And it's like,
really?
This stuff always happens now in sports where it's like these guys have no qualifications whatsoever. This guy's literally just been a talk show analyst. He hasn't even been on a
TV
bench.
Analyst, right.
And he's saying that, this could be the new president. I also saw that you guys are talking about a deal probably between Julius Randle and maybe Terry Rozier and others. God, that would be terrible. I don't know why you guys got all these power forwards to just try to trade them around or
Was
whatever.
Brandon Ingram ever on the Knicks? No, right?
No.
He went from the Lakers to the Pelicans.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm totally down with trading Julius Randle because he's basically an ISO power forward. He does nothing for the team. Like, he's all ISO. Like, he gets
player
the ball
in the league
and he just
ISO.
drives the lane. Like, he doesn't pass. He can't really hit threes. Like, he's not a fit with the modern NBA. Like, I'm sure he'll be a good fit with other teams that have a good system. But yeah, I'm totally but trading him for D'Angelo Russell, like, whatever, like, snooze.
Yeah.
Like, what is D'Angelo Russell gonna do?
No, I totally feel you. Well, hey, Whitey, we appreciate you calling in tonight, man, making a little time for us. I know you're still on the clock, so I'll let you get back to it.
Yeah, don't get fired.
All right, man. Well, thanks for calling in tonight, and we'll let you run.
Fellas.
All right.
Next week.
Talk to you next week. So, good stuff out of Whitey.
Makes me realize how boring the NBA is to talk about. You know
Yeah,
why?
when we're talking about the Knicks.
Can I tell you why it's boring? Because like only 3 teams have a chance because of the super team.
It's
It was
like
so
that-
much more fun when you could build through the draft and you could actually get excited about your team having a chance.
Now you literally can't get excited at all because now there's trades like the one with Paul George. That one to me just kills like the whole fabric of the NBA, right? Like
That's
how
how we ended up in the Clippers through trade.
he ended up on a trade. They traded like 4 first-rounders or whatever.
Right.
But it was like he had just signed the huge 4-year deal to stay there. Russell Westbrook has a party at his house, plays 1 year, and then is out on that. So it's like even when you try to build and when you think you can build, these guys can still jump out on the last second. So it's like there really is no hope from like building up from the ground. And then you're a team like New Orleans, and you build up a decent roster. You've got like Jrue Holiday. You've got all these guys, and obviously you've got the Brow, and he just couldn't make it work. It's like, I don't have my ideal situation. I can just hold out and do whatever I want. It's like, what was so bad about New Orleans? Just the fact that he didn't really take them over the top. I mean, you can't really say that he played with a terrible roster there, though. I mean, they were okay.
Yeah.
They weren't good enough to be one of the top teams, but I totally agree. I think when you look across, like you're looking at the Eastern Conference, who are the contenders? You're looking at the Bucks and the Celtics pretty much. I don't think
I don't think I watched 1 minute of the Celtics. Like I'm not even excited because I know they had no shot against the Lakers.
Really?
Well, that team is Celtics team is garbage. It's literally made up of like, if it was a movie, they'd be made up of extras. Don't you think?
Yeah,
who's their best player? Who's their best player? Jason Tatum?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, is he good?
Well, I would probably say this year their best player is Kemba Walker.
Oh yeah, that's right. Kemba's on the team. Yeah, I keep forgetting that.
And then, but what you've had actually out of the last 7 out of 8 they've won their last 7 out of 8, and what you've seen is they've had like basically they've had Tatum, Hayward, and Brown all contributing at the same. They've got this positionless basketball, and you're talking about teams like the Lakers, the 76ers. They've beat these teams during that stretch. So I know it's only the regular season, and I know that the Lakers take games off, and the Celtics don't really with their playing style.
The Celtics are like in college basketball. They to me would be like a Butler. Where they have all seniors that have played together for 4 years.
And they're try-hards. They know what to do, the right plays.
And then Duke comes in and just beats them, and
Yeah, you feel like they don't have that talent. I mean, I guess. Does Clint Capella move the needle for you at all?
Are they going to get by Giannis? I mean, he's the best player in the East, right?
Oh, for sure.
Right. So usually the best player in basketball usually wins.
Yeah, and I would say, if you've paid attention to the Bucks, they're definitely. He is definitely leading them well on that path again this year.
How old is he?
Giannis, I want to say he's 22, 23.
That's interesting. He could win a lot of championships.
He could win a lot of championships, yeah. What is he, maybe 23, 24 max? Definitely, 24 max.
Yeah.
But
how old was LeBron when he won his first championship?
Oh, he was like 29.
No. LeBron? He went to the championship as like a rookie year.
He was like 28.
No way.
He had to be like the same age. 27 minimum, I'm saying.
No way.
Yes.
I guarantee you he was like 23.
No.
That first team that he won on the Heat, when he was on the Heat, that was when he won his first championship, right?
Yeah, it was the second year that he was on the Heat. It was 2010. He was drafted in 2003.
Really?
So, that's 7 years into his career. He was drafted at 19.
Wow. Older than I thought. I thought he was like 22.
Yeah. No, Giannis, I'm going final answer 24.
Okay. Giannis is
25.
25. God, you got to be
25.
He must have just turned 25.
That's
or something.
unbelievable.
Come on.
I remember he was like 18 in the league.
I know. I remember he
was
like.
That's true. He turned 25 on December 6th.
Okay.
Wow, he's older than I thought too.
Yeah, he's older than I thought.
All right, so maybe he won't win that many championships. Maybe like 3.
Oh yeah, that cuts it.
Well, Kobe. How old was Kobe? Kobe was pretty young when he won his first championship, right?
Kobe couldn't drink when he won his first championship.
Really?
I remember that. Yeah, I think he was 20.
Okay.
Those records are ridiculous. All the Kobe's, like the ages that he was when they were that good.
I still can't get over. I still can't believe that no one has brought up the fact that he literally had a super team and said, "You know what? I want a no super.
That is so true.
I want to turn Pau Gasol into a good player." And I want Andrew Bynum.
Shaq, the most dominant player of your era.
Right.
He is a 350-pound wrecking ball. You just pass it, it goes in. No. Let me take this soft Spaniard
Right.
Powell.
Yeah.
And let me take Andrew Bynum,
Yeah.
who has got a different
And Derek
ankle
Fisher.
injury. Yeah. Derek Fisher.
Can go win championships.
Yep. Derek Fisher's got 5
I mean,
championships.
could you imagine?
Oh,
Robert Ory's got 8, right?
I think he's got 7.
7? I think it's 8. Because he won 3 with San Antonio.
Oh, you know what? No, he didn't win 3 with San Antonio.
2?
I think he won. So he won. I think he won 5. Did he win all 5 with the?
He was on all 5 Kobe teams. Yeah.
Okay, so all 5 of those, he won 2 with the Rockets, and then I want to say 1 with the Spurs. So 8.
Yeah, it's about right. Yeah. Yep.
Look at this.
Robert Ory.
Just racking our brains. But this is just a nice little trivia exercise here. Well, I mean, do you think Zion and John Morant are the best rookie duo since Yao Ming and Steve Francis?
No.
No. Can
I
you
don't
think
know.
of
I don't know
another top 2
Who's
pick?
John Morant?
I just
Everyone tells me, they're like, oh, you got to watch this. He plays in Memphis, right?
Yeah.
Dude, I cannot watch him. Michael Jordan, LeBron, and Kobe could team up I cannot watch them play a game because that arena is so. It's like a doldrum watching that on TV.
What is tough for you to watch on TV?
Their uniforms just make it. They look so boring. Memphis.
The NBA. Memphis uniform.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I got to talk about something about Memphis. Andre Iguodala has sat out like all year because he was traded over there or something, and they keep talking about how maybe teams want to trade for him.
He still plays in the league?
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying what team is really like holding their chances around Andre Iguodala, and who really cares? Like, he's saying he might sit out the rest of the season if he's not picked up by a different team than the Grizzlies. Does anybody care about that? I mean, the guy's like 37.
He's threatening to sit out?
Yeah, he's like threatening. If he stays with Memphis,
Yeah.
he's like, I'll sit out.
Good.
That is like today's society summed up for you, millennial. If I don't have the ideal situation, then I'll just sit out and probably get paid
Because
the
they
same.
make so much money. Dude, Sammy Watkins said the same thing.
I was going to talk about that. Sammy Watkins says he could sit out 2020.
They just make so much money. I mean, Mookie Betts can sit out.
Why would
next
he
year.
possibly sit out? This would be like the one chance where Sammy Watkins actually has to cash in. I mean, like, he's going to get probably a high offer coming off the Super Bowl. He really has never had any of these top years, kind of like he should have. Coming out of Clemson, you thought, Jesus, God, this guy's going to dominate the league. So the Celtics getting Clint Capella, that doesn't do anything for you. You don't think they would? I guess. I mean, when you think about it, you got to think: does it move the needle in the Eastern Conference in a series against the Bucks? Do you think that helps us?
I mean, do we have who can match up with Giannis?
I mean, what they're probably going to do
Jaylen
is
Brown.
No,
Marcus
what they're going to
Smart?
do is put Semi Ojeleye and Marcus Smart on him, probably.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what they always do.
I
They'll probably
think
play
the
Semi.
Celtics need a Bruce Bowen type. Remember Bruce Bowen?
Yeah,
that guy.
Oh,
that guy would
absolutely.
D up
the ultimate 3-and-D guy.
He literally, he said that. I remember reading an interview where he said that he would punch guys in like their bicep, so that by the fourth quarter they couldn't lift their arms anymore.
Oh my God, that's great.
Because they'd just be dead armed by the fourth quarter. I mean, he
can't do half the stuff that you could have do back then. I'm sure.
He was great. He was a great defender.
He was great. He could hit that open 3 too.
Oh yeah.
The ultimate 3-and-D guy.
Yeah.
I mean, and perfect part of the championship because you always got to have that kind of non-offense, that guy who doesn't care if he gets the ball.
Like Dennis Rodman.
And he could D up your best guy.
Yeah. That's what we need. We need a Dennis Rodman type of guy.
Yeah.
That's kind of what the Celtics. I think that's what the Celtics
How did Dennis
are missing.
Rodman even exist? I mean, when you look at those numbers, those numbers don't even make sense. If there was a 6'8" guy,
wasn't he good?
If there was
Detroit,
a guy
though?
that was the size of Zion, basically, getting 18 rebounds a night, we would be freaking out.
Well, Barkley. What about Charles Barkley? Is he like 6'6"?
Yeah. I mean, there's another one, but I mean, I guess same. I mean, those two kind of both stick out.
The thing about Rodman though is that they said
nobody
that
who rebounds like.
They said that Rodman knew every angle of where the ball was going before anybody else.
Well, it's probably because he missed so much. He was used to.
Maybe, but he was good in Detroit though. I mean, that's Yeah. Did he just forget how to shoot the ball?
Apparently, I mean, it's amazing for how many offensive rebounds he could get a game
He
couldn't
was awesome.
score more than 5 points. He was. Well, also, he went out every night partying, too.
I know.
And, if he was subscribing to TB12, the guy probably would have had 30 rebounds a night.
That's incredible.
Just dating Carmen Electra and living the absolute life.
Was he married to Madonna?
Was he? I don't think so.
Dating Madonna?
I don't think so. Jaylen Brown was named the Eastern Conference Player of the Week for the second time this year, first time since Isaiah's big year. I guess you haven't watched a whole lot of Jaylen this year.
No.
Thoughts on Jaylen?
I mean, I liked him when I used to watch basketball. Yeah.
Yeah.
And just, I'll get excited if they can. I just need something. I don't know. I need something out of Kemba. I need to see my boy Kemba.
What's wrong with Kemba?
No, I love Kemba. I love Kemba.
I know, but he's having a good. Well, what more can he show you? I guess.
I just feel like they're lacking that star power right now in Boston. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I think they're on the right path because I think you want to build around a cost-controlled Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum.
Would you want to get Karl Anthony Towns in here or no?
I would.
Yeah.
See, I think that makes most Celtics fans run for the hills.
Oh,
like,
really?
I want to keep Tatum and I want to keep Brown. I myself would. If it takes both of those guys, no. But I would trade Jaylen Brown in a deal to get Karl Anthony Towns.
Yeah.
But everywhere I hear that Karl Anthony Towns is an absolute dog. I mean,
I've heard that too.
So
I heard the Clint Capella trade is going to be for nobody.
That's what I'm hearing too. They're saying they can lump
There's like
Vincent
5 guys
Poirier,
I've never heard of before.
Vincent Poirier, Daniel Tice, maybe the Grizzlies pick into that.
Yep.
Maybe not even the Grizzlies pick. They may be able to get it done without touching their top 5, 6 players. So I think that makes it kind of a no-brainer if they can move the needle in the Eastern Conference as well as not have to give up anybody. If Vincent Poirier is the biggest name that they give up in the trade, well, Daniel Tice, but Daniel Tice has played well, but Daniel Tice also, for a big guy, I mean, he was on the ground like 3-4 times in the third quarter last night. He's always getting hurt.
Yeah. Well, these guys are always hurt.
But I guess, I don't know, for a big guy, this guy's always getting hurt. I like Daniel Tice. He's played a good year, but
the NBA
I think it's a big upgrade to get Clint Capella in
I'll
here.
tell you what. You know why I stopped watching the NBA? Because the guys don't play.
Because you couldn't do good.
Because the guys don't play.
Yeah.
They just don't play. And it's like the NBA has a lot of problems. The ratings are down significantly this year. I'll tell you what. It's just amazing to me that they don't embrace the fact that people either A, bet on it, or B, do fantasy basketball, right? Like, just embrace it. Baseball has a rule now, because of DraftKings, that you have to release your lineup 1 hour before the first game of the day, right? The NBA last night, the Clippers hadn't released their lineup, and it was 20 minutes before tip-off. Like, do they not want people watching them play? Or like, and then you got to deal with who's out tonight? Like, what other sport do you sit there and say who's not playing tonight?
It's like if we were Clippers fans, it would be so tough to actually buy tickets.
I know.
To a
I would
game
never buy a ticket to a game.
Exactly.
No, ever.
So,
nor will I watch it on TV because I just don't know who's going to play. It's like pretend that the Popeyes chicken sandwich. Would you go there if they were always sold? If it was always sold out?
Yeah.
You'd stop going eventually. You'd be like, they never have it in stock. I know it's good, but they never have it.
I just hate how there used to be like a dedication to play 82 games, and it's just completely gone. I mean, guys will just sit games here and there. I mean,
for what? They're paying so much money. Play every game.
Especially when there's 82. Come on. I mean, it's not like it's 162. And they get plenty of rest now. They build all this out with plenty of rest. You're not doing the East Coast to West Coast anymore. So you're trying to do as much as you possibly can, but they still are having trouble getting guys to play 82 games. I mean,
Rob in accounts payable at a company in Tewksbury, he's 47 years old, and he plays 3 nights a week in his Y League, and he's never missed a game.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, he's playing 60 minutes a night, too.
Yeah.
He's probably got shin splints and plantar fasciitis. He's never missed a game.
Never been diagnosed.
And he's going to go to work
never gone to therapy.
Right, and he's going to go to work the next morning.
Exactly.
I mean, come on. You're getting paid, a couple $100,000 a night. Show up.
I couldn't agree more with you. I think that is a huge. I think it's a huge problem that. Yeah.
Here's the other thing that I don't like to hear about, because you probably hear this too. People are like, "Oh, it's all about the championship, right? That's what matters the most." I get that, but really, what it's really about is it's about, being able to survive the whole year, and getting there. Maybe maybe your team's healthy, maybe you're not healthy, but that's what makes you a champion, is by fighting through those injuries.
Yeah.
Not just I'll only gonna play
at the first sign of them sitting out.
Oh yeah, right. It's like, I'm only gonna play when we need to win. Like, it doesn't work that way. You kind of, it's like you're cherry picking.
No, I totally agree. It's like how can you sit out a game where you're perfectly healthy? I don't get that. Like, as an athlete, as a competitor, like growing up, obviously I wasn't great at sports, but it's like you're healthy, you play. Like, you can't imagine.
Can you imagine being 20 years old in best shape of your life and you're not playing tonight? What? I
mean, you could see how like frustrated Zion was with like his process and stuff. Them taking so long to bring him on. He's like, I was healthy. If it was me, I would have been playing a few weeks ago or months ago. And it's like this whole culture now around it sucks that Kawhi Leonard was the best player in the NBA last year, because he was the guy who like ran the model. Like, it's like if it was somebody else who was the 10th best or something, you'd kind of like look down on it. But when it's this guy who brings the championship, it's kind of tough to say that his method wasn't the best when he gets the championship. So for my selfish interest, I hope that they suck, so that more guys will play 82 games. Because I think if they prove these methods wrong, I mean, LeBron James is 17 years into his career. He's playing every game he possibly can. And then you've got Kawhi Leonard, fresh as a daisy, 27, 28.
That's one thing about LeBron that I will say, is that he does play every game.
Yeah.
He doesn't miss. I'm looking up Jordan's stats right now, because I think
how many 82 game seasons?
I'm pretty sure Jordan played like
he played 82 every time he possibly could. Like, it was like that one. His second year, he had that freak injury.
Yep.
And he didn't play 82 games that year, but it was like, I want to say he probably had 10 years at least of 82.
Oh, because Iverson only had 1 year of 82, but Iverson was hurt. He was legitimately hurt though, because he's ran on the.
Iverson was a warrior. I mean, he hit the deck so many times.
All right, Jordan in his age 32, 33, and 34 year. He played 82 games and averaged 38 minutes a game. And then he took 3 years off because he retired. And then when he came back to the Wizards,
still played 82 games.
He played 82 games his last season and averaged 37 minutes.
Yeah, that's another thing that
he
that
played.
is
He
crazy.
averaged 40 minutes a game once or twice, 3 times. 40 minutes a game. Could you imagine that?
Allen Iverson had a year where he had like 42 and a half minutes a game. Like, I can remember AI's numbers were ridiculous. Like, he would play 44 minutes out of like 48. Look up some of AI's minutes. Those are going to drive you crazy.
How come guys don't do that anymore?
And nowadays, you see these guys, they play 30 minutes. They all play 30 minutes.
I know.
Like, it's based around 30 minutes. It's like,
why? Do you think it's the players or the coaches?
I think it's the coaches.
Yeah.
I think it's like institutional.
It's a joke.
It's like they all are taking the Popovich thing way too far.
It just ruins it for me. Like, I don't want to go to an NBA game. Keep track of 12 guys on the floor. I want to know who the stars are.
Yeah, and I don't want to watch Patrick Beverly.
Yeah.
And Montrezl Harrell and all these guys.
They have like the B team comes out for the second, for a whole quarter. Like, what is this?
Oh God. Well, that is going to do it for us. We're certainly not the B team. A team all day up in here, but
A team.
That's going to do it for another episode of Open Season. For Brian, for Ed, for myself, we will catch you next week.
La la la.
not sure that Kyler Murray is big enough. This is Tom Brady. He's not just going to retire. Whitey, big fan of the show. Appreciate I've got Brian Murphy to my left, making sure everything's smooth, crispy, buttery. James Harden is systematically ruining the game of basketball. He's the most overrated player. And there you are, the Chicago Bears with a championship defense. And Mitch, I'm sure Dancing with the Stars is happy to have Antonio back. If you thought you were